Ryan Evans vanished from the spotlight, and the internet went crazy. Rumors exploded across social media. Some said he was fired, others claimed he stole money, and a few even suggested something darker. His face was plastered across clickbait articles with headlines screaming scandal. For years, fans of Counting Cars have been asking the same question. What really happened to the master painter who helped build Kustoms into a legend? The truth is far more twisted than anyone expected, and it involves a case of mistaken identity that nearly destroyed his reputation forever. Ryan Evans wasn't just another crew member at Kustoms. He was the creative soul of the entire operation. Born in Frankfurt, Germany on January 3, 1974 to a military family, Ryan discovered his passion for motorcycles and art at a young age. He saw bikes as canvases on two wheels, rolling works of art waiting to be transformed. After his family settled in Texas, Ryan started his painting career in his parents' garage, teaching himself the craft that would eventually make him a legend in the custom car world. His big break came in 2000 when Shannon Eichow, Kustoms' lead bike builder, spotted Ryan's work rolling around Las Vegas. Impressed by the quality and creativity, Shannon immediately introduced him to Danny the Count Coker. The two hit it off instantly, bonding over their shared love of color, flair, and period-correct aesthetics. Danny showed Ryan his massive car collection, and Ryan knew he'd found his home. He started as a painter and graphic artist in the bike shop, but his talent couldn't be contained. Danny promoted him to head customization artist, making him the go-to guy for every major project that rolled through those garage doors. In 2015, Ryan's genius was officially recognized when he received Airbrush Action Magazine's SEMA Best in Show award for his work on a custom 1973 boat-tail Riviera. December 2021 marked the end of an era. Counting Cars aired its final episode after 10 seasons and 184 episodes. And then, nothing. No official cancellation announcement from the History Channel, no farewell special, just silence. Fans were left confused and searching for answers. What happened? The truth is, multiple factors killed the show. Kustoms had been hit with several lawsuits during the show's run. One from a couple who paid for customization work that never aired on TV, and another that would become far more damaging to the shop's reputation. Behind the scenes, the show's ratings had been declining for years. The reality TV landscape was changing, and competition was fierce. Then the pandemic hit in 2020, forcing production companies to rethink everything. Social distancing rules made filming difficult, and audience habits shifted dramatically as streaming platforms took over. The costs of keeping the show running, combined with legal expenses from ongoing battles, likely pushed History Channel to quietly pull the plug. But here's where things get interesting for Ryan Evans. When the show ended without explanation, fans immediately started speculating about what happened to their favorite cast members. Some thought the shop closed down entirely. Others assumed the crew had scattered to different projects. And in Ryan's case, the rumor mill went into overdrive, fueled by a scandal that had nothing to do with him. In 2016, Kustoms discovered something horrifying. Someone had been stealing from them. Joseph Frontiera, who handled the shop's accounting and bookkeeping, had allegedly embezzled over $75,000 from the company. The details were damning. He'd used the stolen money to make a down payment on his personal Range Rover and buy plane tickets for personal travel. But it got worse. Frontiera had created rubber-stamped copies of Danny Coker's and Kevin Mack's signatures to approve fraudulent checks without their knowledge. He'd also failed to pay the company's taxes on time, resulting in an $18,000 IRS penalty. When Kustoms did a background check after noticing accounting irregularities, they discovered Frontiera had a criminal history of embezzlement and fraud with a previous employer in Florida. The company filed a lawsuit in March 2016, and criminal charges followed. A warrant was issued for his arrest, but Frontiera had already fled to Florida, where he effectively disappeared from public life. His career on Counting Cars was over, his reputation destroyed, and his name scrubbed from the show's history. But here's where Ryan Evans got dragged into the nightmare. When news outlets and gossip sites started reporting on the embezzlement scandal, many of them used the wrong photos. Specifically, they used pictures of Ryan Evans instead of Joseph Frontiera. The damage spread like wildfire. Gossip websites, desperate for clicks, published articles with headlines like "Counting Cars star accused of embezzlement" alongside photos of Ryan Evans. Social media exploded with the false information. TikTok videos racked up millions of views claiming Ryan had been fired for stealing. YouTube channels created compilation videos analyzing what Ryan did wrong. Comment sections filled with fans expressing betrayal and anger, all directed at the wrong person. For someone who'd spent over 2 decades building his reputation as a talented, trustworthy artist, watching his name get destroyed online must have been devastating. The confusion made sense from a certain angle. Ryan was one of the most visible cast members, appearing in over 100 episodes. Joseph Frontiera, on the other hand, had been a relatively minor presence on the show, working mostly behind the scenes in accounting. When lazy content creators needed a face to attach to the scandal, they grabbed whatever counting cars photo came up first in their searches, and that was often Ryan. The irony is brutal. While the actual thief vanished into obscurity, Ryan's face became synonymous with the scandal. TripAdvisor reviews even mentioned Frontiera's rudeness to customers and overpriced merchandise, but in the court of public opinion, Ryan was taking the heat. Some fans believed the rumors so strongly that they left negative comments on his social media, accusing him of betraying Danny and the shop. By 2024, enough was enough. Horny Mike Henry, Ryan's longtime co-worker and friend, took to Instagram to set the record straight. In a video that's since been shared thousands of times, Horny Mike directly addressed the false accusations. "He still works here. Why would he rip us off and still work here?" Mike's frustration was evident. He couldn't understand how people still believed the lies years after the actual story broke. The logic was simple and undeniable. If Ryan had stolen from Kustoms, he wouldn't still be employed there 25 years later. Danny Coker himself spoke out during an interview, expressing his amazement at the false rumors. "That is a horrible rumor about Ryan," Danny said. "My lord, this guy has been with me for 25 years. This guy is like a brother, like family. We truly love each other like family." Danny confirmed that yes, embezzlement did occur, but it was at the hands of someone in a managerial position, not Ryan. Ryan also responded directly to comments on social media, writing, "Those are all lies. The article is about Joseph, not me. Can't believe any of those gossip pages ever." Despite his calm response, the damage had been done. Even with the truth out there, some corners of the internet still associate Ryan's name with the scandal. That's the problem with misinformation in the digital age. Once it spreads, it's nearly impossible to fully erase. So where is Ryan Evans now? Alive, well, and still doing what he loves at Kustoms. Despite the rumors, Ryan never left the shop. His Instagram account, while not frequently updated, shows he's been actively working on incredible custom builds throughout 2024 and into 2025. One of his recent posts showcased a black motorcycle with striking purple flame detailing, captioned "All finished and ready to roll out." Another video showed his creative process, drawing out the lines for those flames before bringing them to life with his airbrush. These glimpses into his work remind fans why Ryan became a legend in the first place. He's also been traveling across America with the Kustoms crew, making appearances at car shows from Myrtle Beach to Orlando. Fans who attend these events get to meet Ryan in person, watch him demonstrate his techniques at pinstriping workshops, and see firsthand that he's still very much part of the team. His relationship with Horny Mike remains as playful as ever. Ryan posted a video in January 2024, jokingly complaining that Mike was still on my last nerve, even though Mike was working quietly in the background. On the personal front, Ryan celebrated his 51st birthday in January 2024, with his wife Dana posting a heartfelt tribute calling him a wonderful man, husband, father, son, friend, and human. Here's the thing about Ryan Evans that people often forget. He was never chasing fame. Unlike some reality TV personalities who crave the spotlight, Ryan has always been intensely private about his personal life. Even during Counting Cars' peak popularity, he rarely discussed his family or personal matters in interviews or on camera. He's married to Dana Pauly, who shares a son named Logan. Ryan also has 2 kids from a previous relationship, but he keeps those details off social media. His focus has always been on the work, not the celebrity that comes with it. Now that Counting Cars is no longer filming, Ryan doesn't face the constant pressure to maintain a television persona or keep up with social media trends. He can focus entirely on his craft without worrying about cameras capturing every moment. Some fans interpret his reduced online presence as evidence that something's wrong, but the reality is simpler. He's just living his life. Kustoms is still thriving in 2025. The shop's Facebook page regularly posts updates about new projects, customer builds, and events. The team hasn't disbanded or moved on to other ventures. They're still together, still creating incredible custom vehicles, just without the television cameras documenting every step. For Ryan, this might actually be ideal. He gets to do what he loves, work with people he considers family, and avoid the drama and scrutiny that comes with reality TV fame. Sometimes the best ending isn't dramatic, it's just peaceful. Ryan Evans' story is a harsh lesson about the internet age we live in. A talented artist who spent decades perfecting his craft and building genuine relationships got his reputation nearly destroyed by lazy journalism and clickbait culture. He never stole anything, never betrayed his friends, never did anything wrong, but his face became the symbol of someone else's crime. The embezzlement scandal at Kustoms was real, but Joseph Frontiera was the guilty party, not Ryan. Yet years later, people still search online asking if Ryan was fired or arrested, because that's what the algorithm serves up. The real story, that Ryan is still happily employed, still creating award-winning paint jobs and still part of the Kustoms family, doesn't generate as many clicks as fake drama. Today Ryan continues to paint masterpieces on metal canvases in Las Vegas, away from the cameras but never forgotten by true fans. His legacy includes over 100 episodes of television, countless custom builds that roll through Vegas streets, and the respect of everyone who actually knows him. Danny Coker calls him family. His co-workers defend him publicly. His wife celebrates him as an incredible human being. That's the real Ryan Evans, not the distorted version created by internet rumors. Sometimes the most interesting story isn't about scandal or downfall. Sometimes it's about a craftsman who just wants to do good work, be left alone, and let his art speak for itself. Ryan Evans is still out there, still thriving, proving that truth eventually wins even when lies spread faster.